Thank you for the awesome.
Congratulations, Your Honor. It's an honor to meet you. Congratulations.
Pleasure. Congratulations. You're welcome.
Bonjour, how are you? Bonjour, Sarah. I'm very yes, you too.
Rawson, Chief of Protocol for Ontario. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the Senior Youth Choir and Orchestra of Le Centre d'Excellence Artistique de l'Ontario for their contributions today. We will hear more of their performances later on. Bonjour, je m'appelle Kara Rawson et je suis chef de protocole.
Hello, I am Kara Rawson and I am Chief Protocol for Ontario. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the Senior Youth Choir and Orchestra of the Centre d'Excellence Artistique de l'Ontario for their contribution today. We will hear more of their performance later on. Maintenant, mesdames et messieurs, veuillez vous lever afin d'accueillir la lieutenante-gouverneure de l'Ontario.
Well, and please remain standing for the playing of the vice-regal salute. Mesdames et messieurs, vous vous levez dans la...
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise as you are able and join me in welcoming the Lieutenant Governor of Ontario, the Honourable Elizabeth Dowdeswell, and please remain standing for the playing of the vice-regal salute.
Thank you. Your Honour, ladies and gentlemen, I now ask you to please join me in welcoming the Lieutenant Governor-designate, Madame Edith Dumont, accompanied by the Premier of Ontario, the Honourable Doug Ford, the Chief Justice of Ontario, the Honourable Michael H. Tulloch, the Secretary of the Cabinet, Ms. Michelle E. D'Emmanuel, and Monsieur Tony Viscardi. Votre honneur.
Your Honours, ladies and gentlemen, I now ask you to please join me in welcoming the Lieutenant Governor-designate, Ms. Edith Dumont, accompanied by the Premier of Ontario, the Honourable Doug Ford, the Chief Justice of Ontario, the Honourable Michael H. Tulloch, the Secretary of the Cabinet, Ms. Michelle E. D'Emmanuel,
Good morning, and please be seated. I am Michelle D'Emmanuel, the Secretary of the Cabinet and the Clerk of the Executive Council of Ontario. It is my distinct pleasure to welcome you to the installation of the 30th Lieutenant Governor of the Province of Ontario. First, I would like to begin by recognizing that we are on the traditional territory of many Indigenous nations, including the Anishinaabe, the Haudenosaunee, the Wendat peoples. This land is now home to many diverse First Nations, Inuit, and Métis people. I would also like to acknowledge that the land we are gathered on is covered by Treaty 13, also known as the Toronto Purchase, signed with the Mississaugas of the Credit. We are eternally grateful for Indigenous stewardship of these lands and waters, and I want to show my respect. Hundreds of years after the first treaties were signed, they are still relevant today. We, as Ontarians, have a shared responsibility to encourage a culture of reconciliation in Ontario. I now invite Elder Sally Gekeshinonge, part of the Wolf Clan from Wikewengkong, unceded reserve on Manitoulin Island, to offer a blessing and a smudge.
Bonjour, Jamnado. Jimmy Guatemda, Kinakogego, Gajetoyan. Jimmy Guatemda, Kinakogego, Gamizian. Jimmy Guatemda, Nibe, Ke, Skure, Kinakogego, Mijem, Skike, Gueonan. And I am Minoni Carnagan. Jimmy Quetch Nod motion on Pane, where when Jimus young, when a Jikik de young. Jimmy Quetchum da Mana Minubimodzuin. Nad motion nongo gis gat minopane, where when jadodamang. Jimmy Quetch. I asked the Creator, I gave thanks to the Creator for everything that has been created, everything that has been given to us. The food, the clothing, medicine, shelter. Give thanks for the elements and all our relations that help keep us alive so we can have a good life. I give thanks for family, friends, and communities. I ask the Creator to look over all of us, particularly during these difficult times when our brothers and sisters are experiencing wars of many kinds. Not just with guns and weapons, but with addictions and poverty and illnesses. Without our Creator's help and the help of guardian angels or whatever you want to call them, we would not live another day. We have a lot to be thankful for. The Creator not only looks after us here and now, but also in the hereafter. So I want to be mindful of those who are watching us from the next world, our ancestors who would be proud to see this event happen here today. I want the Creator to look at each one of you and say, yes, that is a helper helping me there during these times. It's an important role to be a skabewis, to be a helper to family, friends, communities, to your nation. And I congratulate Madame for being appointed, and I ask blessings upon her and her family during these next while. They will need special protection and help from the Creator. And I ask that the Creator continue to walk with all of us to make this province and this country and this world a more beautiful place, a peaceful place. Shemigwech.
Thank you so much, Elder Sally. And now we will hear two compositions. First, The Ground by Ola Yelo, and the second composition entitled Kukiao Oskeyak, written by Cheryl Sawe Pagahan, performed by the Centre d'Excellence Artistique de l'Ontario. They have been invited by Madame Dumont to help her celebrate this very, very special day.
Share.
simply brilliant. Your Honours, Premier, Chief Justice, members of the Executive Council, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Madame Edith Dumont appears before the Executive Council of the Province of Ontario today to present her commission of appointment and to be sworn in as Lieutenant Governor for the Province of Ontario. I am pleased to inform the members of the Executive Council that the Honourable Michael H. Tulloch, Chief Justice of Ontario, has been requested and authorized to administer the oath of allegiance and the oaths of office. Madame, is it your pleasure to have your commission read at this time in the presence of the Chief Justice of Ontario and the members of the Executive Council?
Oui, avec plaisir.
Yes, with great pleasure.
I will now read out the commission. Charles III, by the grace of God of the United Kingdom, Canada, and his other realms and territories, King, Head of the Commonwealth, to Edith Dumont, a member of the Order of Ontario of the City of Ottawa in the Province of Ontario. Be advised that by placing special trust and confidence in your prudence, courage, loyalty, integrity, and ability, we, by and with the advice of our Privy Council for Canada, pursuant to Sections 58 and 59 of the Constitution Act 1867, do hereby appoint you. Edith Dumont, Lieutenant Governor of the Province of Ontario. During the pleasure of our Governor-General of Canada, effective on the day on which you make and subscribe the oaths of allegiance and office required by Section 61 of the Constitution Act 1867, and we hereby direct you to carry out your duties in accordance with the powers granted to you by the Constitution Act 1867 and any other statutes. Our present commission and the annexed instructions or instructions that may be from time to time given by you, by your Governor-General of Canada, or by our Privy Council for Canada, and in accordance with such laws as are in force in the Province of Ontario. And we do hereby direct that as soon as you have made and subscribed the oaths, our present commission supersedes our commission issued under the Great Seal of Canada on August 5th, 2014, appointing the Honourable Elizabeth Dowdeswell, the Lieutenant Governor of the Province of Ontario. In testimony whereof, we have caused these, our letters, to be made patent, and the Great Seal of Canada to be hereunto affixed. Our witness. Our right trustee and well-beloved Mary May Simon, Chancellor and Principal Companion of our Order of Canada, Chancellor and Commander of our Order of the Military Merit, Chancellor and Commander of our Order of the Merit of the Police Forces, Governor-General and Commander-in-Chief of Canada, at our Government House in our City of Ottawa this 8th day of November in the year of our Lord 2023, and in the second year of our reign. By command, the Honourable François-Philippe Champagne, Register General of Canada, and the Honourable Arif Virani, Attorney General of Canada. And the Governor-General of Canada further declares her pleasure to be that the Lieutenant Governor-designate shall take the oath of allegiance in the form of prescribed by the Constitution Act 1867, and likewise that she shall take the usual oaths for the due execution of the office of Lieutenant Governor, which oaths the Chief Justice of Ontario shall and is hereby required to administer unto her. Madame, is it your pleasure to take the oath of allegiance and the oaths of office?
Oui, avec plaisir.
Yes, with great pleasure.
Ms. Dumont, please come forward. Chief Justice and Premier, please come forward. Chief Justice Tulloch, would you please administer the oaths?
Madame, will you read the oath of allegiance?
Moi, Edith Dumont, je jure fidélité et sincère allégeance.
I, Edith Dumont, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to His Majesty King Charles III, King of Canada, his heirs and successors.
Dumont do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to His Majesty King Charles III, King of Canada, his heirs and successors.
Yeah, will you the oaths?
Moi, Edith Dumont, je remplirai
I, Edith Dumont, shall well and truly execute the office and trust of Lieutenant Governor of the Province of Ontario and duly impartially administer justice therein. I shall well and truly execute the office and trust of Keeper of the Great Seal of His Majesty's Province of Ontario according to the best of my knowledge and ability.
I, Edith Dumont, shall well and truly execute the office and trust of Lieutenant Governor of the Province of Ontario and duly and impartially administer justice therein. I shall well and truly execute the office and trust of Keeper of the Great Seal of His Majesty's Province of Ontario according to the best of my knowledge and ability.
We will now proceed to the signing of the oaths. Please rise. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the Lieutenant Governor of Ontario, the Honourable Edith Dumont. Please be seated. Your Honour, the seal that will be brought forward is the Great Seal of the Province of Ontario. Is it your pleasure to commit it now to the safe custody of the Minister of Public and Business Service Delivery?
Yes.
Minister Todd J. McCarthy, please come forward to accept the Great Seal. Your Honour, on installation as Lieutenant Governor, you have also assumed the role of Chancellor of the Order of Ontario and Honorary Chair of Provincial Advisory Councils. The Order of Ontario is the highest honour conferred by the Crown in Ontario. Established in 1986, the honour recognizes outstanding Ontarians for contributions to their communities and this province. Her Honour was presented with her insignia of the Order earlier by the Honourable Elizabeth Dodswell. I now invite Deputy Minister Palmer of Citizenship and Multiculturalism and the Secretary-General of the Order of Ontario to present Her Honour with the Chancellor's chain of the Order of Ontario. As Lieutenant Governor, you will also have occasion to present Ontario's official honours to extraordinary individuals in this province. These include decorations for bravery, volunteerism, and community service in many different fields. I would now like to invite the Honourable Minister Karina Gould, Member of Parliament for Burlington and Leader of the Government in the House of Commons, to extend greetings on behalf of the Prime Minister of Canada.
Your Honour, Premier, members of the Legislative Assembly, distinguished guests, good morning. Bonjour à tous.
Hello, everyone.
It is my great privilege to be here on behalf of the Prime Minister and the Government of Canada for the installation of the Honourable Edith Dumont as the 30th Lieutenant Governor of Ontario. I am also accompanied by my colleague, the Honourable Mona Fortier, the Member of Parliament for Ottawa-Vanier. And I would also like to recognize the incredible contributions of the Honourable Elizabeth Dodswell, who has served this province with distinction over the past decade. Ms. Dodswell's time in office has been marked by a profound commitment to the economic, environmental, social, and democratic prosperity of this province. And if I may, I've had the distinct pleasure of getting to work with her over the years, and I would like to thank you for your service and for your friendship. Her legacy of excellence and vibrant civic spirit will be carried on, I have no doubt, by Ms. Dumont. To be appointed Lieutenant Governor is a great honour. It speaks to the trust and respect she has earned and to the inspirational qualities and social values that she possesses. Ms. Dumont has demonstrated a lifelong commitment to education, leadership, and service. She's developed an acute sensibility to issues around diversity and inclusion as she experienced living abroad in South Africa, Rwanda, and in France, and also has a well-known attachment to Indigenous culture as she lived in Nunavut as a teenager and worked there for 3 summers after high school. She also shared her experience and knowledge by offering training to leaders and professionals in leadership and governments in education in Morocco, Romania, and Haiti.
She succeeded in making difference in broadening the global influence of the Franco-Ontarian population, developing Francophone culture the world over. She has been recognized and appointed Chevalier de la République in France as a recognition of her contribution as a woman, an entrepreneur to education and to the Franco-Ontarian community. Madame Dumont was inaugurated into the Order of Ottawa. She also received the Grand Maître Prize in 2020 and received the Order of Ontario in 2021. And during her entire career, she devoted every possible resource to making sure that young people are recognized and to ensure that their voice is heard.
First woman to lead the Conseil des écoles publiques de l'Est de l'Ontario, she has also driven much value to innovation and research for post-secondary education. And today, she becomes the first Franco-Ontarian to become Lieutenant Governor of Ontario. Madame Dumont, you have been a tireless advocate for Francophone communities across the province, and I know you will bring that same passion and dedication to your new role as you connect with and serve everyone who calls Ontario home. As the representative of His Majesty the King, you will stand as a testament to the strength of Canada's traditions.
Linguistic duality and our two official languages are one of the fundamental values and pillars of our national identity. They are also very much present in the heart of this province's history. As Lieutenant Governor, you will be the symbol of our commitment in defense of our official languages and of diversity and inclusion.
Your work will support Ontario in being the very best that it can be. So on behalf of the Government of Canada, on behalf of the Prime Minister, I wish you every success and thank you for taking on this important endeavour for Ontario. Merci au nom du Gouvernement.
Thank you on behalf of the Government of Canada, and congratulations.
Thank you, Minister Gould. I am pleased to invite the Honourable Doug Ford, Premier of Ontario, to say a few words.
Well, good morning, everyone. Your Honours, it's a privilege to be here today. Before I begin, I want to acknowledge and welcome Minister Gould, Minister McCarthy, Secretary DeManuel, and members of the Executive Council. I also want to congratulate everyone involved in organizing this wonderful ceremony. If you think about it, this has only happened 29 other times in the history of our province. You've done an incredible job respecting the great traditions of our legislature and the significance of this day. Friends, today we gather to welcome the province's 30th Lieutenant Governor, Madame Edith Dumont. But first, on behalf of our government, I want to once again recognize the Honourable Elizabeth Dowdswell. For her years of dedicated service to our province, over the past 9 years, she's built a lasting legacy. As a strong advocate for inclusive prosperity, environmental stewardship, and safeguarding democracy. More than that, she's been a friend, and I'm going to miss her dearly. So let us thank her for her incredible work as Ontario's 29th Lieutenant Governor. Thank you. The role of the Lieutenant Governor is a vital part of our history and for our future. It ensures a stable government and promotes our history, culture, and achievements in Ontario and in Canada and around the world. In welcoming Madame Dumont as our new Lieutenant Governor, we're welcoming someone who is highly regarded for her leadership and her service. Her Honour is a respected educator and community advocate. Having worked as a special education teacher, a school principal, and an executive, she's a champion for our Francophone communities here in Ontario and right across Canada, devoting much of the last 3 decades of her career to quality French education. And today, she makes history as the province's first ever Francophone Lieutenant Governor. As the King's representative, I know Her Honour will carry out the duties of the role with a capability, commitment, and dedication. On behalf of the province of Ontario, we wish Her Honour every success as Lieutenant Governor. I look forward to working with her to build a brighter future for the people of this great province. Thank you, and may God bless Her Honour, and may God bless the people of Ontario. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Premier Ford. It is now my distinct pleasure to call on the Honourable Edith Dumont, Lieutenant Governor of Ontario, to deliver her response.
Premier, Chief Justice, Chief Hare, Guy Laforme, President Fro, parliamentarians, distinguished guests, bonjour.
Good morning.
Bonjour. Au moment d'assumer.
As I take on the constitutional responsibilities and community responsibility of the 39th Lieutenant Governor of Ontario, I would like to say to all people gathered here today, my most sincere thanks.
It means so much to have you all here today. Avec reconnaissance.
With thanks and tremendous love, I'd also like to welcome my father, my sisters, and my brother. And from the bottom of my heart, I would have wished that my mother could be here, but she left us this May. She would have worn her most beautiful dress, and she would have been deeply moved by today's ceremony. I also welcome my partner, Tony, and our children, Louise, Eloise, Antoine, and Gabrielle, as well as their life partners, Dorian, Clementine, and Brett.
Beyond the love we share for each other, it's with them that I find balance and serenity. They remind me the most important thing in life is having a sense of belonging where we care and support one another. Des salutations très chaleureuses.
Warm greetings to my friends and my colleagues.
That I am reminded that important accomplishments are always achieved collectively. La présence des
The attendance of the children from the Centre d'Excellence de l'Ontario is very heartwarming. Welcome and thank you.
The high school students sharing this day with me, know that you are our future, and I am so proud you are here today. I hope that this magnificent chamber and dedicated people who work here inspire you as much as you inspire us. It is with deep respect and gratitude that I accept the responsibility of representing His Majesty the King, a duty I will carry out in a way that honors the immense trust that has been placed in me. After dedicating nearly 40 years of my life to advancing the cause of education, to helping people achieve their full potential, I'm truly honored to be installed today as your 30th Lieutenant Governor, the 4th woman, et la première francophone.
And the first francophone in the history of Ontario.
With strength of purpose and unwavering commitment, I will devote the following years to serving all citizens of this incredible, diverse province. Like those before me, I stand here today with humility, pledging my loyalty to the people of Ontario and my devotion to the common good. I never expected to become Lieutenant Governor, but then I didn't anticipate a career in education either. My journey took me from my birthplace in Valleyfield, Quebec, to Van Cleek-Hill, Eastern Ontario, where at a young age, my sister Carole and I attended French Junior High School. Meanwhile, the two youngest, Jannick and Luc, attended English school. I must confess, today it would have proved very convenient for me in delivering this speech. Thankfully, there is no age limit to enhance one's skills and knowledge. I then accompanied my parents to Iqaluit in Nunavut, where I attended grade 12. As a young adult, during my summer vacation, I loved to travel and work in various communities across Canada and the world. This passion to discover new cultures has continued throughout my life. I have a sharp recollection of a small village called Mubuga in Rwanda. This is where, while helping in rural community schools, I just fell in love with education. For me, it was the key to creating and enriching our communities inspiring our futures and cultivating the sense of wonder and curiosity to help us overcome even the greatest challenges. In all its forms, my work and my personal life have been driven by people that I meet and the communities I discover, serve, and love. As I embark on this exciting journey, I do so with gratitude for those who have come before me. This is my opportunity to build on their legacy together with you. I think of Al Jackman and his commitment to public service, Hillary Weston and her remarkable efforts to recognize volunteers. And of course, I'm thinking of James Battleman and David Onley. While we grieve their passing earlier this year, it allowed us to reflect on their many contributions to reconciliation and accessibility and the values that shaped much of their life's work. My predecessor, the Honorable Elizabeth Dowswell, is a true source of inspiration for me. She dedicated nearly a decade of her life to the people of Ontario, becoming the longest-serving lieutenant governor in our province's history. She championed sustainability, safeguarding of our democracy, reconciliation, Ontario's role in the world. And she gave me the best advice any new lieutenant governor could ask for. Edith, be yourself. Thank you so much. Her words reflect what I have endeavored to be my whole life, and what I shall continue to be in this role. True to myself, curious, and deeply committed to promoting the common good everywhere I go, with everyone I meet. As I stand before you today, I pledge to honor all my predecessors by making as unique a contribution to Ontario as they have. My goal will be to ensure, both in words and through positive social action, that the office of the Lieutenant Governor remains a relevant institution for advancing civic engagement, building inclusive communities, and supporting the future of our democracy. All of us in this chamber and across Ontario are acutely aware of the complex challenges we face in our fast-paced world. In a time when technology connects us more than ever before, loneliness and helplessness are the plight of too many. Division and polarization consume so much of our public discourse that it has become easy for some to forget that there is more that connects us than divides us. A glance at what's happening around the world is all it takes to appreciate how fragile life is. It's more important now than ever to be actively engaged, to stay connected, and to nurture the best in each other. Sometimes our best needs encouragement and support to shine forth. Above us, look at this beautiful painting ceiling, which is being meticulously restored and brought back from under all coverings. Like this ceiling, we must also peel back the layers of history with the same love, care, and attention, so that we may better understand and see one another. Only then, when we face the truth about our history and appropriately address how it continues to impact communities in the present day, will we be able to achieve meaningful reconciliation. Today, my commitment is clear. The path to reconciliation and the pursuit of truth shall inform every action I take. The painstaking work of the art restorers must inspire us to reveal the beauty hidden by the passing years. At this point, it's customary for Lieutenant Governor to share the priorities that are important to them. Without knowing the exact course of the years to come, I can share with you what inspires and concerns me as a woman, a mother, an educator, a global citizen, and of course, as a proud Ontarian. Over the last 40 years, I have devoted myself to building inclusive communities in which people can achieve their full potential. That means celebrating diversity in all its forms, while respecting and appreciating our cultures, identities, languages, and rights. À cela, j'ajoute
Let me add to this the importance of taking full advantage of our broad cultural and linguistic diversity, Francophone Ontarians, and our bilingualism. Not only are these precious, powerful economic assets, but they're also our identity in a world without borders. I will proudly promote these things.
Has inspired much of my work, and it will continue to be a priority for me. 80 years ago, the first 2 women elected in Ontario took their seats in this chamber. Today, women make up 39% of this House. As we celebrate this progress, I am nonetheless reminded of the words of Naila, a student with us today. In a recent speech, she noted that, yes, we've come far, but true equality eludes us. Let's not leave change up to chance, and let's pledge to work together to ensure Naila and other girls sit at tomorrow's decision-making tables. Another important part of inclusive communities is treating the elderly with dignity and respect. I'm advancing in age too, which compels me to address the realities stemming from an increasingly aging population. More than ever, our different generations have much to learn from each other. What a wonderful opportunity for our youth and seniors to be there for each other in the next steps of their lives. Vivre avec la diversité de nos
To live with the diversity of age groups enriches the very experience of daily life. Of course,
champion education. L'école est le haut lieu du vivre
the school is where we coexist and where we learn from one another and where our views of the world change.
Careers and lifelong learning, education is also a space for transformative thoughts, research, and idea-driven debates. It symbolizes a society's commitment to equitable opportunities for personal development and collective growth. I
will remain close to all our schools here in Ontario. You are welcome here at Queen's Park, and it would be an honor for me to visit you in your schools.
I will seize every opportunity to engage citizens in meaningful dialogue. I will encourage ideas and actions that enable Ontarians to thrive in their communities, fostering our sense of self while enriching our understanding of the human conditions here at home and abroad. Now that I've spoken for some time and you know a little more about me, allow me to share a very personal story with you to illustrate my deep feelings today. Was when my partner Tony proposed to me, and the second time was when my children justifiably asked whether becoming Ontario's 30th Lieutenant Governor was really what I wanted to do. To all of you today, again I say yes to this opportunity. I shall perform but love is a and through hardship. Because when there is love, there is a will for respect, curiosity for one another, kindness, and mutual understanding. I believe in the power of you, I believe in the power of us, but most importantly, I believe in the power of community. Community is the bedrock of our society, the place where we set up a home, where we experience life, create stories, make connections, and share traditions and values.
So let me invite you to create with me spaces for dialogue where all of us together can anticipate and look forward to a future with a lot of love and with contagious hope.
Merci, miigwech.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honour, for your very thoughtful and very inspiring words. And thank you to everyone for attending this important and historical occasion and witnessing the installation of the 30th Lieutenant Governor of Ontario. This concludes the formal component of the ceremony. I will now turn it back over to Cara Rawson, our Chief of Protocol for Ontario, for her concluding announcements.
Thank you, Secretary, and congratulations, Your Honour. Before we end today's ceremony, I would like to once again acknowledge the Centre d'Excellence Artistique de l'Ontario and the Governor-General's Horse Guard Fanfare team for our music today. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please rise as you are able as our choir performs God Save the King, after which you are all invited to join in the singing of O Canada. After the national anthems, please remain standing for the departure of the Vice-Regal Party. Et maintenant, mesdames et messieurs, veuillez-vous lever dans la mesure du possible pendant God Save the King. Par la suite, vous êtes invités à chanter.
Then you will be invited to sing the O Canada national anthem, and please remain standing until the Vice-Regal Party leaves.
God save our gracious King, long live our noble King. God save the King. Send him victorious, happy and glorious, long to reign on
yeah. Canadian Brigade Group, Guard of Honor, Vice Regal Salute, present! Out!
Canadian Brigade Group, Guard of Honor, Royal Salute, present! Out!
This is the Ontario Parliament Television Network.